What is going on, everybody? What is up? We are now live here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. This is your TNA Impact. Yeah, Impact. TNA Impact recap episode for what's today's date? February the 1st, 2024. What is going on, everyone? This is more importantly the third episode of Impact Breakdown here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Share it through all your entire social media platforms, wherever it is that you share videos. As always, guys, I am that Peruvian Fight TV extraordinaire. I am Steve. What's going on, everybody? Yes, I am here alone today. Yes, you get to see this ugly fucking face. What's going on, y'all? I hope you all are enjoying your Thursday evenings. Yes, this is the second stream that I'm doing today because, as you guys, if you've missed it, I was live early in the day. I was live for the live episode of SAD, Something About Dynamite, where we recapped AEW Dynamite from last night. And now here we are with Impact Breakdown, the TNA Impact review for February the 1st, 2024. I'm going to say this. I thought tonight's show was pretty good. Not going to blow your hair back, make you go crazy. Oh my God. But I thought overall, for what it was a good show. I'm going to be honest with you on that. Let me know your thoughts in the chat, your thoughts on the show. What did you like? What did you not like? As we are on the road to, I believe it's Hard Justice. Is it Hard Justice? I think it is. I think that is their next pay-per-view, right? That is the next pay-per-view, right? Or is it? I just want to make sure. I want to make sure I'm not botching this shit. My bad. My apologies. It's No Surrender. The next pay-per-view is No Surrender. So we're on the road to No Surrender. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media, wherever it is that you share videos. Also, we'll hit the bell notification. You'll be notified when we go live, when we upload a video. If you do want to leave a super chat, it would be appreciated as well. Everything here goes towards the channel. And as well, if you do want to become an ATP channel member, it will be also appreciated as well. You get access to bonus content and early access to videos that will go public eventually. And as well, you get access to member-only streams that we'll do here from time to time. Again, if you're a member, if you are a channel member, you are already seeing this already. The NXT Vengeance Day preview that is already up on the channel for channel members. For non-channel members, this will be up tomorrow around noon, just to give you the heads up. But again, hit the join button if you want to be a channel member. Now, if you're on a mobile device, you can easily click the link down below in the description. There's a link that I provided that can direct you to becoming a channel member. But again, I thought overall, Impact tonight was pretty good. Again, we're on the road to No Surrender and all that stuff. So let's get this out of the way. So they opened the show with the opening match between Nick Nemeth, the most wanted man, versus Trey Miguel. Now, if y'all remember last week, Nick Nemeth faced Zachary Wentz. And now here he is facing the other rascal in Trey Miguel. And I thought overall, this was a very good opener. You know, I said this a week ago. Nick Nemeth is out there doing the damn thing. He's hanging in. And again, he looked like he's having the time of his fucking life. You know, just good back and forth. There's a moment where Zachary Wentz tried to get involved, and he got basically kicked out of from the ringside area by the referee. There's a moment near the end where Trey Miguel was trying to do the super kick, like he's Shawn Michaels and shit, trying to do the super kick. And Nick Nemeth, before Trey can even put the foot up for the super kick, Nick Nemeth just does a super kick of his own for the 1, 2, 3. And he does get the win. as you expect, right? I mean, you're not gonna have the former WWE guy lose off, real soon. It's not gonna happen. Eventually, it'll happen. It's just not gonna happen right now. Got to give it time, y'all. Give it time. And as Nick Nemeth is celebrating, he's making his way, back, to the back and stuff. He gets attacked. Excuse me. He gets attacked by Steve Macklin and throws him back into the ring, throwing punches at him and stuff. And the Rascals are just going along with it, right? And I like where this is going to, because again, it continues this feud between Macklin and obviously Nick Nemeth. Likely they're gonna have a match at No Surrender, I do believe. So there's that. And again, it'd be easy. It would have been easy for TNA. Let's be honest here, to put Nick Nemeth in a world title match right off the rip. Even though everyone kind of thought that, right, when he attacked Moose after Bound for Glory, that didn't happen. He literally is now feuding with Steve Macklin, right? So let it be. Let it be. I'm with it. They were seen backstage, walking, they're all hyped up and stuff. And I believe it was Zachary Wentz who bumped into Speedball Mike Bailey. So there's that as well. So it was fine. Nothing to go crazy about it. Again, like I mentioned before. We had a vignette backstage where it was the design of Khan, the former Connor of the Ascension, and Diener. And in the vignette, they were backstage, and Diener said that it was time to regroup, right? The design. But Khan responded by telling him that the design is dead and that he will prove who is the baddest man in TNA. And it was starting tonight. And Diener was a little confused, a little bit like, okay, what's he on about on this? What's he on about? Right. But he wanted to show, again, that being Khan, who is the baddest man in TNA. We found out later on in the night, we found out how savage this motherfucker is. Dude's a savage, so that as well. So from there, we go on to the TNA Knockout tag team champions of Decay, of Rosemary and Havoc, going up against Mila Moore and Savannah Thorne. This was a very short match. It didn't really go long. Obviously, the tag team champions did pick up the W, as you would expect, right? Would not make sense for them to lose literally just right here. After the match, we saw Gia Miller interviewing MK Ultra of Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich, and they said that they wanted the rematch at No Surrender. But then they were confronted by Danny Luna and Jody Threat. And they were going back and forth, and basically they set up a match, right, between Jody Threat facing Masha Slamovich later on in the night. So there was that. Again, I like the fact that we're getting more than one women's match on the show. But yeah, people think I'm the guy that hates women's wrestling, right? Whatever. But it was cool. It's cool though. From there, we got Josh Alexander being the guest on for the sound check, right? That's the show that being hosted by Alan Angels. And they were talking about, again, this case, Josh Alexander talking about being TNA's new world beater. After all, he did beat Will Ospreay, right? Was it on the first episode of the new TNA, right? In Vegas. And he talked about being this world beater, being one of the big names in TNA. And then Alan Angel said that there may have been a name who deserves some credit for helping him be on the spot that he is at, before saying that Alexander was not being a decent example for his son. And that really really pissed off Josh Alexander. And he told the Angels that, you crossed the line. And he stormed off. And it was set to, the theme was, it was supposed to be awkward after, right? Like, Alan Angels is not really meant to be hosting his own talk show. But here he is anyway with Josh Alexander, former world champion and all. And here he is, asking these uncomfortable questions. Of course. I mean, again, at the end of the day, Josh Alexander is a parent. Put yourself in his shoes. Imagine if someone is trying to like say that your success doesn't mean anything, or you got to think someone else, and you're setting a bad example for your child. Of course you'd be pissed off. Of course you'd want to, ball up your fists and just, just throw the fist into the person's face. Of course you would want to be pissed off. And from the looks of it, we're probably going to get a program between Josh Alexander and Alan Angels, which it's fine. I mean, I know a lot of people would love to see Josh Alexander already be in the title picture again. Honestly, it's fine. It happens. You want to have some small program before you go back to the world title. Look at Cody, for example, right? Cody, after losing to Roman at WrestleMania. Oh, here we go. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. He's throwing a Fed example. Holy shit, on a TNA review. After losing to Roman, look, he faced Brock. He's facing Nakamura, right? Faced Dominic Mysterio here and there. He just won the Rumble. So they're going through some hurdles, and I'm fine with that. And I'm not saying that Josh Alexander is Cody Rhodes by no stretch of the imagination. But if you get what I'm saying, like, all right, he's doing these small programs, just fine. And 9 times out of 10, when the bell rings, they'll probably have a banger, like the kids say. So there's that. All right. From there, we had Brian Myers of the System versus Kevin Knight. And I thought, honestly, this was a very good match, a very good back and forth. Kevin Knight has got some good spots here, got some good near falls. They wanted you to think that Kevin Knight had a chance in beating Brian Myers. But Brian Myers, when it was all said and done, did pick up the W, right? It's some momentum for the System. Also considering the fact that, Kevin Knight, was out there by himself, but even though he has friends and stuff, right? So you see Kushida at the end of this, right, come to the ring to make the save because, again, Myers and Edward were about to attack Kevin Knight after the match. But then again, like I mentioned, Kushida came out for the save, and not the last time that we see Kushida involved with the System. From there, we saw backstage, right? It looked like Chris Sabin was getting interviewed, who is, of course, the TNA X Division champion. And they asked what was Mustafa Ali's intention with TNA, right? Because, again, people were already connecting Mustafa Ali, who did a video. They played a vignette, even though it didn't air on TV, did not even air, right? When on my end, because, again, I don't have Access TV. So I have to watch it on a Peruvian link. There we go, in the mud. And on a Peruvian link, I have to watch the show. So this is happening. And what's it called? They played this video from Mustafa Ali. They played this video, and it's basically Ali. What's it called here? Right? He said that he has his eyes on Sabin's title and to make TNA a better company, right? He basically wants to make TNA great again without saying it, right? After the video, John Schuyler and Jason Hotch interrupted Sabin before Sabin challenged Schuyler to a match next week, and the match was made official, and the X Division title was on for next week. So there's that. You got to give Sabin some momentum, get him a good win out there, and I'm fine with that. Likely they'll have a match at No Surrender. So there's that as well. From there, we finally got to hear Frankie Kazarian's explanation to why he betrayed his longtime friend, Eric Young, on the first episode of the new era of TNA. And Kaz said that he has been a soldier of TNA, but he was here to become the new face of TNA, even if that meant losing some friends or the support of the fans, saying that Young was collateral damage. And Kazarian said that he would no longer be taken for granted and that he did not mind walking that path alone. And I love that at the end he said, now's your chance to to hate me. But back in the day, when it was Bad Influence, right? It was him and Christopher Daniels. They would say, now's your chance to worship us now, right? And they would, do all their stuff back in the day. But here's your chance to hate me now, which is cool, right? So as he's leaving, you see Eric Young watching from the side, all sad, all like angry, whatever it may be. And I'm fine with this. At the end of the day, it's basically the rivalry of the two TNA OGs. So that's fine. Get them something to do. And I'm pretty sure when the bell rings, they'll tell you a good story. So I'm fine with this. There's nothing wrong with this at all. From there, what do we got here? We got to look back at Jordynne Grace's appearance at the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble match from this past Saturday. I guess in the little short video that they aired, they showed Jordynne Grace's mom and all that stuff, and they showed her, over the years, the support that she had for her daughter. It is good to see. It is very good to see. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was so happy to see Jordynne Grace appear in the Royal Rumble. I thought overall, in the Rumble match, she went in there number 5, and she didn't embarrass herself. Like, they didn't put her out there to make her look bad. Like, she didn't go out there and got tossed out 20 seconds later. No, she was out there for a good amount of time. She had some good moments, right? And there was that moment where she embraced with Naomi, now Trinity, whatever you want to call it, right? And it looked like also, and this might upset some TNA fans. This might piss them off. This might piss you off. But it looked like Jordynne Grace belonged. I know there's people who said, I guess, who are watching this, oh, they better sign her, not knowing that she is signed to TNA on a long-term deal. I think in a couple of years, she'll be free to go and do whatever she wants. But other than that, she did not embarrass herself at all. And it's crazy because even I got friends, right? Like my coworker who doesn't watch TNA. He's a casual viewer, right? And he was like, "Hey, yo, who is that girl with the belt that's not the WWE title? Who was she? Oh, that's Jordynne Grace. Yo, she's pretty good. Yo, she's good as hell, yo," and stuff like that, right? She's shredded and all that stuff. Like, yeah, man. Like when I got people again who are just casual telling me like, yo, they like Jordynne Grace. That's awesome. It's fucking awesome. Now, are they gonna watch TNA? I doubt it, because they don't have Access TV. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. That's no here or there. But at the end of the day, it was great to see her in the Rumble. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's a part of me that do want to see, in some way, like a working relationship between WWE and TNA. Even if it's like a minor relationship, doesn't have to be anything crazy. I'm not saying that you got to send main roster folks from the Fed to TNA. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that there had to be this invasion. No. But here, once in a while, throw a surprise in there, right? I know, was it Natalia who said this, that she wants to wrestle Jordynne Grace in the future? Why not? Send Natty to TNA for a one-off, whatever it may be. Not going to hurt nobody. It's Natty. I'm just saying, all right? And let it be. But we'll see where they go with this. That being said, Jordynne Grace, it was made official. She will be defending the TNA Knockouts Championship against Giselle Shaw at No Surrender, live Friday, February 23rd on, I guess it's going to be on YouTube and I guess on TNA Plus. So there's that. And that's the prediction I got to record. So there's that as well. So yeah, awesome. Whoop-de-freaking do. But again, I was happy for Jordynne Grace. I was just so fucking happy for her. From there, we saw the system of Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, Alicia Edwards, and Moose. They're walking backstage, and they got confronted by Alex Shelley, who demanded a rematch for the TNA title, which Moose accepted before telling Shelley that he would find out how the system works. And with that, it is also official. It's going to be Moose defending the TNA World Championship in against Alex Shelley, who Alex Shelley is getting his rematch, right? It's going to go down at No Surrender, live Friday, February 28th. Again, I think this is going to be on TNA Plus, and I think also on YouTube if you're like an insider, so a TNA insider. So there's that. It should be fun. Should be really, really fun. We did get also another vignette by Ash by Elegant teasing her arrival. I know there's people who still feel some type of way about her. It is what it is. Diener came out to the ring and he admitted that as of right now, the design is dead. And it might have been his fault for trying to bring Violent by Design and reboot it. And Diener said that if something was dead, it would not come back to life, which then led to bring out CPZ's favorite wrestler, even though CPZ's not here right now. Obviously, it's me solo. CPZ should be back next week. But nevertheless, out came CPZ's favorite wrestler, PCO, the man that he wants to be the TNA World Champion. He came out and squashed Diener in a quick match. 1, 2, 3. Moonsault, it was over. And then after this, right, after the match, PCO was attacked by Khan. And Khan picked Diener up. And it looked like they were going to embrace whatever it may be. The design is back, even though it said it was dead. And Khan laid out Diener with a wicked lariat before snapping Diener's neck. And then PCO rose back up, but Khan laid him out with the choke slam before choking him out. And then Khan has reached his ascension. Khan has reached his. That's what the person here put in the note, which is hilarious, but it is what it is. I see what they did there. I see what they did there. Fucking funny as all hell. My apologies. I'm still kind of under the weather, so just bear with me here too, okay? From there, we saw a backstage video of AJ Francis, the former Top Dollar, a.k.a. Dollar. He met with Rich Swann backstage, where he once again offered his services to Swann. And Swann said that whatever Francis was selling, he was not buying. And Francis tried to show Swann his appeal by trying to sweet talk Rhino. But Rhino told him the following: "Fuck off," and walked away. And Francis said that was the reason rhinos are extinct. To which Swann told Francis that no one messed with him. But Francis responded by saying that money did. I guess. Whatever. It is what it is. I did mention already that they showed a video already, right, of Jordan Grace in the Royal Rumble, right? Grace said that it did not feel real till the day she realized that she would be representing TNA for the 50,000 people. All that stuff. Great. From there, we got Masha Slamovich versus Jody Threat. This match was okay. Didn't go crazy. Masha Slamovich did pick up the win against Jody Threat. So there's that as well. And likely they'll get a rematch for the Knockout Tag titles very soon. From there, we saw the system backstage. Remember, we talked about how they said how Moose said that Moose said that Alex Shelley will see how the system works. So here it was. They attacked Kushida backstage before Alex Shelley ran them off. And there was that. And then we got the main event of the evening here. Match number 1 in the best of 3 series for the TNA World Tag Team Championships, right? So it was the Bullet Club's Ace Austin and Chris Bay, the ABC, right? Versus the Grizzled Young Vets, James Drake and Zach Gibson. So in order to become the tag team champions, you have to win 2 out of the 3 matches, right? And I thought the first match was pretty good. It was a good match, good back and forth, good near falls here. People were going crazy for this. Literally could have just gone either way, right? And that's what I love too, the tag team wrestling here. It was fucking great. Something you probably would have seen in the early days of TakeOver back in the NXT days. It looked like, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, when it was all said and done, again, it could have gone either way. Chris Bay did like a suicide dive through the ropes, right? and all that stuff. But it was all said and done. The Grizzled young vets hit the grit your teeth, right? Double team for the 1-2-3, and they win the first fall. Most likely, the scenario will be ABC will win the next fall, and the third fall will take place, in my opinion, at no surrender. Right. So that's my belief here. Yeah, no surrender. There you go. All right. So that's my belief. We'll see how things go. Nevertheless, I thought TNA tonight was a good show. Let me know your thoughts in the comments with your thoughts and all that stuff. You can follow me on X at Heel Steven. Follow the Around the Point Network over on X at AT Point Network. In case you missed it, early in the day, we did the first stream out of the two that we do on Thursdays. We recapped AEW Dynamite. We talked about Tony Khan's potential big announcement and everything that went down on the episode of Dynamite on something about Dynamite, aka Sad. I did a Raw rundown on Tuesday where I talked about CM Punk missing WrestleMania. On Saturday, after the Rumble, we did a post show here on the channel as well. Also, yesterday, we did our 5th installment of the ATP Continental Classic on ATP Raw on 2K23. All right. And again, if you are an ATP channel member, I did record an NXT Vengeance Day preview on the channel for channel members. If you are a channel member already, you get to see the video already earlier than everyone else. Everyone else who's not a channel member will see this tomorrow at noon. All right. So that's how this is going down. If you want to be a channel member, it's only $2.99 a month. That's all it is. $2.99 a month if you want to be a channel member. Okay. If you're on the computer, there's a join button next to the subscribe button. And if you're on a mobile device, down below in the description box on the YouTube video, there's a link that will direct you to, becoming a channel member. All right. Made it easy for everybody. Made it easy for everyone. All right. That's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you all for watching. All right. For myself, for the gang, this has been the 3rd episode of Impact Breakdown here on the Around the Point Network. Good night, everyone. See y'all.